Welcome back to Axis and Allies, the anniversary edition. We are on to Japan. And this is Japan's final turn, and wow, they overextended themselves a lot. And I think that might have been their undoing, because now Russia's pushed right in through India, liberating the UK's position there, and Japan has no infantry that they can really get going. All right, Japan, I forget what they have for IPCs, but we're going to get building their units for production. So let's figure out what they're going to try and make this time. Alright, for Japan's last turn, they're going to be building 5 infantry, 1 artillery, 1 factory, and 1 destroyer. And that's going to be there. They have 42, believe it or not, they had from last time. And then when we get back tomorrow, we'll be on to the UK. But let's see what Japan's going to do for attacks. Oh boy, Japan is in real trouble here in India, because we've got 2 armored units from the Soviet Union sitting here. So Japan's going to go a little kamikaze. They're going to launch 1, 2, and I know this is bad, 3 aircraft against the tanks. That could end horribly. They got no way to do an amphibious assault because they've got no transports in the area. So there's really not much they can do except try to take these tanks out with their aircraft. Yeah, because if they don't, the tanks are just going to roto-route right on through. So this is kind of a last-ditch effort for the Japanese there. Alright, let's see what else they're going to do. And they're going to take these 2 destroyers and they're going to steam right in here to Borneo to try and destroy the destroyer and transport from the UK, so they can't do any more expanding. And up we go to the north. Alright, and they are going to take the artillery and infantry, and the 2 infantry and the artillery right here. That's going to claim them this location. So 1 down from Russia, 31 down to 30, and Japan is going 33 to 34. We're going to leave these guys for non-combat because you're going to see why. We could have an epic sea battle, but I don't think we're going to see that. Because I don't think we're going to be that foolish with the Japanese fleet. They're going to try to sit in their harbor and hope for the best. Alright, let's go over to India and see if all the fighter planes can do anything there, or whether they're just going to get blown out of the sky. Alright, this is a wicked gamble for the Japanese to try and get rid of those armored units. A lot of strafe and runs. However, there's anti-aircraft in there. So any ones will knock aircraft out of the sky. And that's none. So all the aircraft make it through. Okay, the Japanese are attacking the tanks. They hit on 3s. And that's 2 hits. Wow, they get rid of all the armored units in India. But they do get a retaliation at 3, and they knock out 1 fighter. Wow, that was way better than I thought it was going to be. So they actually managed to destroy. They're not going to take over the location because you can't take it over with planes. They'll destroy the armored units. They will lose 1 fighter. And those fighters have a range of 3. All right, let's get over to the other sea battle. Alright, well, the Japanese destroyers are trying to take out the British fleet there, so let's get that in there. So they got 2 destroyers, they hit on 2s. That's no hits, and the British destroyer hits on a 1 or 2, and does not hit. Alright, let's try that again. Japanese coming in again, 1 or 2, there's the 1 hit, which will take out the British destroyer, but it gets some retaliation, and it actually hits back this time. So it's basically a 1-for-1. So the Japanese lose a destroyer, the British lose a destroyer, and because they have a transport sitting here unprotected, guess what? It sinks as well. The remaining Japanese destroyer will take it out. And that is the end, I believe, of the Japanese aggression. They didn't score, they got the 1 extra IPC, but that's it. Alright, now it's time for non-combat moves. Alright, they are going to take their carrier and move it 1-2 over here to Borneo. The UK troops sitting in Borneo must be a little worried. The aircraft here will then fly onto the carrier because they can go 1, 2, and or sorry, 3, because they moved 1, 2, 3. Yeah, they can make it to the carrier. So this, we have a loaded carrier, and they're going to take the battleship and the cruiser over here, as well as the 3 transports. So they have a huge presence there now, wiped out pretty much everything going on there, and some more non-combat moves. All right, well, the Japanese they have 3 transports here. The 3 transports are going to go, whoops, as they destroy their own carriers. 3 transports are going to go 1, 2 down here, and they will offload. They will take the 2 infantry from Japan. Another transport will take the 2 from there, and another transport will take the artillery and the artillery from there, dropping them into Thailand. And that's going to be it. That will be the end of the Japanese non-combat moves. And I forgot to do one attack, which they would have done. Darn it! Okay, they would have moved in the 3 infantry plus the artillery and the other infantry to take out the Chinese there. So let's just do that battle quickly, because they would have done that. I just missed it. Slightly out of order, but it is what it is. All right. They would have done that for sure. So they've got 2 infantry hitting at 1 against the Chinese, and they've destroyed the Chinese. 2 at 2. So there's 2 hits against the Chinese, and the Chinese infantry gets the defense, and they don't get anything. So what happens there is the Chinese are removed from that location, and the Japanese now take over another location from the Chinese. They basically have wiped out all the Chinese resistance in the area. If I can find one of the Japanese markers, which, there we go. So it's going to be 1 more for Japan to 35, and the U.S. will not lose anything because those are Chinese units. All right, and I think I have done all of the non-combat moves now. Everything's happened, and we would have done that battle, so there's that. All right, it's time to place units down in Japan. But before we do that, yes, we're going to put the factory down here. The factory's going to go on, I wonder if we should put it in the West Indies. 4. Ooh, that's nice. They could put 4 units down there. No, they're gonna put the factory here in Burma too. Now nothing can get to Burma, so they're not really concerned. And they've got a whole bunch of troops there now, so they're going to be trying to come back towards India at some point in time. All right, they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They got 7 other units they can put down on Japan. And the 7 units they're put down on Japan is a destroyer. So now they got 3 destroyers, 2 loaded aircraft carriers, and then they got a whole bunch more troops coming in here. They have 5 infantry and artillery. So that was a total of putting 7 troops down. They got a capacity of 8, and look at that American fleet. Yikes. Okay, it's all good. I do believe that's going to be the end of Japan's turn. They are up to 35 IPC, so they're going to collect that, and we're going to zoom out and wrap it up for today. Alright, well, that's going to wrap up our episode for today. We have 3 episodes remaining for the end of the series. We've got the UK to go, we have Italy to go, and we're going to end off with the US. And I forgot to do a tally of the total IPCs as we sit here at the end of the Japanese turn. I'm going to turn the camera off. I'm going to do the calculation and come right back with those numbers. Alright, crunch the numbers. The Axis powers have 70 IPCs, and the Allies currently have 108. So, yeah. Quite a bit of a discrepancy there. Alright, up tomorrow, United Kingdom. It looks like they're going to be doing yet another amphibious landing. Let's hope it's not another disaster like it was last time. And we'll go from there. So thanks so much for watching along. Thanks for your comments, subscriptions, likes. This is Axis and Allies, the anniversary edition. Really love this edition. It's really cool. As you can see, it takes a long time to play. So if you're going to set this up and play with your friends, expect an entire day. Get some beer, get some pretzels, get out some dice, have a lot of fun. It's awesome. So thanks so much for watching along, everyone. I really appreciate it. It really helps out my channel. And we'll see you tomorrow for the continuation. And we're going to see what the UK is up to.